Arriving alone in New York City in January 1983 on the red-eye from Los Angeles was a shock. Getting off the plane at 6 a.m., I was confronted by a cold, dusty, unwelcoming JFK airport. It reminded me of the eerie subway stations I'd seen in the movies. I was feeling hypervigilant because everybody had told me New York was dangerous. There were muggings, killings, people disappearing without a trace. So I'd better watch out. I remember the fear of getting robbed and fear of the unknown. My heart was racing as I looked around, making sure I wasn't going to get jumped. I was 18. I'd flown in from Disneyland, where I had been with my dad, sister, brother, and my boyfriend at the time. We'd set out from Australia on New Year's Eve, 1982, excited to celebrate New Year on a plane with a plan. An overseas holiday. Simple. We'd visit Aspen and Vail on a ski tour, then do LA and Disneyland. I would carry on alone to New York, where, for the duration of our Aussie summer, I'd been invited to try modeling with Click Model Management. Two things to note. First, I'd never traveled overseas before, so this family trip was a significant first. Second, I went to New York alone, with only an undated return ticket home to Oz and a few $100 in my pocket, which my dad had given me. And that core Aussie give-it-a-go spirit. Around me at JFK were scraggly people looking tired after the flight, and a few who looked a bit shady. I was just another anonymous traveller among other anonymous travellers. I headed to baggage claim. I couldn't help noticing an intense-looking woman coming towards me. She had a very determined look on her face. Unsure of what to do and feeling overwhelmed, I hurried to the nearest bathroom and locked myself in a stall. I jumped onto the seat of the loo, managed to fold myself up and sit on the cistern, and waited. For some inexplicable reason, I thought I'd be safe hiding in the bathroom. In a bathroom? Really? Sitting there, crunched up awkwardly in the stall, I asked myself, what am I doing here? My mind flicked back to the first time I was asked to come to America the previous year. I was in the kitchen at home in Sydney when the phone rang. It was the only one in the house, and it didn't ring often. I remember reaching for it and quickly trying to unravel the long, curly cord. A woman with an American accent introduced herself as a representative of Ford models in New York and said that while she was looking at photographs of models from around the world, she'd come across mine. She asked me if I would enter the Ford Face of the 80s contest. My heart skipped a beat with excitement. Yet I said no. I regretted it immediately. As soon as the call ended, my heart sank. I ran to the bathroom and threw up. I knew I'd made a blunder. I'd gone against myself. In the few minutes on that phone call, I felt a life-changing dilemma deep down inside. I sensed a double-edged foreboding. Saying yes carried the risk of finding out the offer wasn't legit, and the subsequent feeling of disappointment and embarrassment. Saying no might mean later discovering I'd missed out on a huge opportunity. Ultimately, I didn't have the courage to be rejected, so I said no to protect myself. I wanted to feel in command of the situation and play it safe, rather than say yes, only to find out later that the offer was no more than a humiliating scam.